The Bills lose. There's a chance they go from winning the AFC East to missing the playoffs.
Was that what is going on?
They lose, they miss the playoffs. Whole world watching.
That's crazy.
Sunday night. It gets no bigger than this. Sports television is made for these moments. Joy asked you very simply, who needs to win more? Is it Tua? Is it Josh Allen?
Dum, 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 dum.
Dun. Josh Allen.
Ooh.
Can't miss the playoffs. Now, look, there's a lot of scenarios where they still clinch. Buffalo, they tie. Pittsburgh loses or ties. Jacksonville loses or ties. Or Houston and Indiana tie. There's a lot of ties in there, possibilities. But any of these situations can happen. You don't want to worry about none of that. You want to control your own destiny. You want to win the division. Put yourself in a great position going into the playoffs. It's not even close to this Josh Allen. Whatever happens in this game, the Dolphins are in the playoffs.
Right. That's true.
So would they like to win the division? Yes. Would they like to beat Buffalo at home? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Would they like to go into the postseason with that kind of momentum, especially coming off of that loss that they just suffered against Baltimore? Yes. But in reality, the only thing is that you make it to the dance. And as a football watching community, we want to see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in the postseason. I will never root against the Dolphins, but I do want to see Josh Allen in the postseason. I like watching the best players when it matters most. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills need this win more.
Crazy enough, I'm going to say Tua.
Ooh, for real?
Yeah, but then let me break down my why. Tua ain't been paid yet, y'all.
No.
Tua in the same draft class as Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Paid. Jalen Hurts. Paid. Justin Herbert. Paid. And then you got Tua. He ain't been paid yet. If you cannot win the division when you had a 3-game lead, if you cannot win the division when the Bills started the season without a defensive coordinator, then fired their offensive coordinator in the middle of the season, then when in God's name can you win the division? You can't win a division when the Bills started 6-8. Then when can you win a division? You can't win a division when you started 5-0. When can you win a division? I may miss a couple statistics because I'm going off the top of my head. Apologize in advance. If you can't win a division when you win a game 70-20, when can you win a division? You can't win a division when Tyreek Hill almost breaks an NFL record. When you gonna win it, fam? You got one of the best defensive minds in football. You got one of the best offensive minds in football. So it ain't the coaches. So, Tua, if you can't win the division now, I am telling you right now, everybody and their mama is going to start questioning, will you ever be able to win the division? It is about making it to the dance, but it's also about knowing you can secure your spot annually in the division, annually in the playoffs. Only way to secure your spot annually is by winning the division. So the reason Tua's got more pressure is, bruh, if you blow a lead to Josh Allen when you had that kind of advantage, when in the world you going to be able to beat him? They started 6-6, and you couldn't win the division then. You will not be able to win the division as I can predict it. You ain't going to be able to keep Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Mostert had 21 touchdowns. You can't win the division when Mostert has 21 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Shady, when you had your 21, guess what? We won the division.
Mine's a little different.
It don't matter. We won the division in Philadelphia in 2013. So if you can't win a division now, when can you win it? And most importantly, Tua hasn't been paid yet. He hasn't won a playoff game yet. They haven't hosted a playoff game yet. 4 years, no hosting of a playoff game? Come on now, James, that's why, to me, Tua needs to win it more. Obviously, there's an argument for Josh Allen, which I will gladly listen to.
That was a pretty good take right there.
I
don't even think about Tua, but you say it like that, Tua, you hold on, bro.
Tua.
But you've been in front of the line. Because he was in the back, right? Come in front of the line, man. You know in class they say that. Students in the back, don't take it. No, come on to the front, bro. Come on to the front. That was me.
For me, it's Josh Allen. This was a hard question, right? When Mo hit me and said, man, we asking that who the more, I'm like, man. But when you really look at it, we say Patty and we say Josh or Burrow, right? So right now we got
Do you say that?
I say it too.
Document it.
So we say a top 2 quarterback in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Right? Missing the playoffs? Top 2 quarterback in the National Football League missing the playoffs? Nah. Josh has done so many great things in this league.
Yes, he has.
The expectation is way up there. So if we're sitting here right now, we say, Josh won the division, Tua's the 6th seed. We're going to be like, we ain't finna talk bad about Tua. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Yeah.
But if we sitting up here, Tua won the division, Josh going home. Oh, man, all off-season, the whole thing.
I know what she gonna do.
You already know it. Flip-flop real quick.
He been
Flip-flop real quick. No, but with that being said, man, all the pressure is on Josh. Like, the expectation is there. When we talk Josh and we talk Patrick Mahomes because we put him in them conversations, this is the type stuff that matters. Getting into the playoffs, making a deep run in the playoffs, getting to Super Bowls. That's what matters for Josh. If you lose this and you might miss out on the playoffs, depending on what happens with the other teams and don't make it, to me, this is a blow to Josh's legacy right here. You know what I mean? Not saying it's over, none of that type stuff, because he could come back next year and go to the Super Bowl. But this is a blow because of what the standard that he set for himself. We don't expect that out of Tua yet. Right? We expect that out of Josh. So for me, all the pressure's on Josh Allen in this one right here.
This was a tough question for me, just because, like, and to Josh's defense, man, like, he's had to overcome a lot, right? And you look at all the injuries, the fired coach, some of the special players that they get paid so much money that you pay your best players, they hurt, right? Over and over and over again. And him to still have a chance to get in the playoffs, like, that's remarkable. So I got to go with Josh Allen having the pressure on him. That's one thing you did say, because even giving him that credit, like, all right, you do got a lot of guys hurt, you had to overcome a lot. In 2 years, all season, nobody gonna be talking about that. They ain't gonna see no television or speaker anywhere. Yo, well, these guys are hurt. Milano, all pros hurt. Tre'Davious White, all pro, he's hurt. Von Miller, he's just getting. No, we're not talking about that. So the pressure got to be on Josh because of how good he is, how great he is. When we talk about quarterbacks in this league, even how phenomenal Lamar Jackson is playing, how good he is, you don't hear his name with Patrick Mahomes, with Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen. It's them three, and it's everybody else. So we can't have you in this category with all the greats, and you're not making the playoffs. Now, if you make the playoffs and things don't work out, I can give you some grace because you took that team to the playoffs. I respect that, because our quarterbacks can't do that. But to not go, even myself, because I think you that good, I think you that nice. You know what I'm saying? I think you that ill, I think you that real. You look in the playoffs, though. I gotta take that back. Give me all that back.
Oh, you flip-flop?
Give me all that back.
You flip-flop?
No.
You know, I put Josh up there high. He's that good. I'm just messing around. I'm definitely going to have to be a star, though. Hey, bro, you made the playoffs.
But we talked about this with Lamar yesterday. This might be his only year. Imagine Josh Allen misses the playoffs in a year where Joe Burrow is hurt, in a year where Patrick Mahomes is playing down, in a year where Deshaun Watson is hurt.
This should be his year, you're saying?
I mean, it's not to be his year, but you can't miss the playoffs.
Yeah. That's true. No, that's true.
You can't miss the playoffs. That's unacceptable. And who are we going to cook more? If Tua loses this game but is still in the postseason, or Josh Allen losing this game and misses the playoffs entirely in a year where Shady's already like, I don't want to hear nothing about a little asterisk next to Lamar Jackson's MVP and next to his Super Bowl run because these guys are hurt. Well, certainly we're going to have to put Josh Allen in that conversation if they can't make the postseason. You can't win if you're not in. That's the most important thing. So I hear you on winning the division. Maybe this is their best chance right now to win the division. Buffalo has dominated for the past couple years, and that's a good argument. And when we start talking about how much Tua is going to get paid, that might come up. And I think Tua is going to get paid regardless, but that will be part of the conversation if they can't do it or if they're one and done in the playoffs. However, there are more expectations of someone like Josh Allen who's already established himself in the league. And every time we start talking about who's next after Pat, it's between him and one other guy in Joe Burrow.
Right. I don't disagree with that. But I'm thinking about the grand scheme of football. In the grand scheme of football, for different reasons, Joe Burrow will miss the playoffs this year. Lamar Jackson missed the playoffs last year. And he missed the playoffs the year before. But we still talk about Lamar Jackson like Lamar Jackson. Maybe we don't say he's top 2, but we say he's top 5. Joe Burrow will miss the playoffs this year. And next year, we will still talk about Joe Burrow like he's Joe Burrow.
But it's not the same.
Lamar
Jackson did enough work during the regular season last year that even though he wasn't able to play, his team was still in the playoffs. He was in the playoffs the year before. Joe Burrow's team might still make the playoffs this year. They're playing at a high level. I don't know if they're not eliminated yet, I don't think. No. They're playing at a high level without him. And injuries are not the same as you're available. You, Josh Allen, are available all season long. And you, because of your play, have put yourself and your team in a position where this is a potentially win or miss the playoffs game. That can't be compared to Lamar Jackson not being available in the postseason to injury.
In the grand scheme of things, what I am saying is in 5 years, when we look back and say Lamar Jackson he missed the playoffs in 2020, or he missed the playoffs in 2021, rather, they were 8-9. He didn't play in the playoffs in 2022. In 5 years, when we're like, dang, Joe Burrow missed the playoffs in 2023. We're not going to be like, oh, yeah, but Joe missed because of injury and Josh missed because he was bad. You just missed.
Of course we would.
I don't. When I go back and I think about teams who missed the playoffs or got players who made the playoffs, players who missed the playoffs, I'm not thinking about, oh, well, they missed because of injury. No, but they missed because of this.
You have to consider if they're missing an injury. They didn't. That's the reason why they're not in.
Let me get this correct. So you saying, so Joe Burrow missed the playoffs this year because he's hurt. You saying 2 years from now you're not going to, I guess, account for him missing because he was injured?
When we go back to a player's playoff record, when we go back to a player's Super Bowl record, we are not quantifying, well, he's 4-4 in the playoffs, but he didn't go that 1 year because he got it. No, it's just like, oh, he didn't play. Oh, he didn't make it. Oh, he didn't go. Oh, he didn't make it. And in 5-10 years from now, I don't know the last time I've thought back about a player outside of Tom Brady in 2008 when he tore his Achilles, ACL. I don't know the last time I thought back about a player and was like, oh, but that's why he missed the playoffs. No, it's just he missed the playoffs.
No, but we're not. And when you go back and talk about it, like he didn't make it this year because he was injured. It's not like, oh, they didn't make it that year. Like, being unavailable due to injury is the reason you're not in the playoffs. It's not because of play.
I guess I quantify, to me, I was always told, and maybe different than everybody at this desk, I was always told best ability is availability. So if you are not available and you miss because you played bad, you still missed.
I know.
So if Josh Allen misses, I'm saying my opinion of Josh Allen will not drastically change if he misses the playoffs this year. Because my opinion of Lamar Jackson didn't drastically change when he missed the playoffs in 2021, when they went 8-9.
I know, but so mine's when changed drastically, like you just said, but it will be like, dang, dog, you ain't made the playoffs, and because some of them games they did lose, it was kind of his fault.
No doubt.
Turnovers. The difference between this year and other years, he turned the ball over the same way, but they were winning them games, right? And I think a lot of that has to do with either his decision-making and some of that is injury. But we can't act like we could use the same odds and say, yo, you didn't make it because you didn't make it because you didn't play, compared to you didn't make it because you just didn't do well. Like, you can't put them in the same boat, I think.
Right now, obviously not. I think in the future, I do not think that we will quantify it. Right now, no, you can't put them in the same boat. Burrow, you weren't there. Herbert, you weren't there. Deshaun, you weren't there, but your team still made it. In the future, I don't know that we will ever parse it out like that.
So let's say Burrow doesn't go to the playoffs in the next so next year he's healthy and they don't make it. You're not going to be like, I'm saying, is he declining? Because the last 2 years, he didn't make the playoffs. Would you?
No, but what I would say is, he ain't been to the playoffs in 3 years. That's how I would talk about it. Lamar Jackson hasn't won a playoff game.
But you got to take that. You got to take the hurt. He hurt.
Of course. But all I'm saying is, you either go or you don't.
But it's not that simple. It's just not. It's just not the same thing.
But it's
if you're available and you don't play well, that's not the same thing as having a season-ending injury surgery, and that's why you don't go.
No question. But not only that, they both healthy. They ready to go, right? And if we were sitting here at the beginning of the season and we say, Josh gonna miss the playoffs, Tua gonna win the division, we'd be y'all crazy. We'd be looking at each other. So you finna tell me Tua is finna outplay Josh and win the division and Josh ain't in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's
crazy.
Will your opinion of Josh Allen change if they don't make it?
Well, I'm not on that with Josh.
Will it change?
You in line to get on the roller coaster.
Just a small bit.
Would it change?
A small bit.
Yeah, it will change because he has a chance to get in it winning this game. That's why I'm saying all the pressure's on him. So if he does lose this game and doesn't make the playoffs if the other teams win, yes, it's going to change because you were there and you lost to Tua and got booted out of the playoffs. So it will change a little bit.
The Broncos, I get some losses.
And then all my other stuff will creep in about you turning the football over and me not being on your road.
Real quick, Joy, would your opinion change of Josh Allen if they don't make the playoffs?
I think it has to adjust. You have an ability to go to the postseason. It's in your hands. And the biggest point is, if there was some more nuance to why they were in this situation, then perhaps not. But we watched Josh lose a few of these games himself.
That's where I'm at. It won't change drastically for me because I think he's the real deal, right? You can't find me 3 better quarterbacks than Josh Allen.
Right.
But on the same breath, right, me giving him love, I got to give you this. My boy, I got to do my job. You lost some games you should have won. You let Russ come in Buffalo night game and win. The Jets, you gave that game away. Take that. You gave that like it's Christmas. You gave that game away. So I can look at every other game like, even though you had some injuries, you helped out tremendously on giving them losses or giving them wins away. But I want to ask you real quick with the Tua's conversation, since it's back and forth, and that was a good take you had. If Tua, let's say he don't win, right? You think they still going to pay him?
Pay him just drastically.
But I was thinking you think You think it matters how much? Okay.
1,000%.
So if they go far in the playoffs, we're going to pay anyway?
You have to.
Yeah.
But think about it. If the Dolphins lose and they end up as a 6th seed,
right?
You're talking about playing the Chiefs in Arrowhead week 1.
Yeah.
That ain't
playoffs.
That ain't scary as used to be.
It doesn't scare you. It's not as
it ain't scary as used to be.
But the Chiefs already beat the Dolphins
at
a neutral site with Jalen Ramsey there. So I agree, it's not as scary as it used to be. But I would rather host a playoff game,
no doubt,
as the 4 seed or as the 3 seed or as the 2 seed than have to go to Arrowhead. Because if you got to go to Arrowhead and you lose round 1, now Tua, you're 4 years in with no playoff wins. And how much you want? You want $200 million? Okay.
He wants to win.
You're right.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But they pay a lot of quarterbacks that don't win playoff games.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.